The New York governor's race is certainly heating up following the announcement that Andrew Giuliani, son of the longtime New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, has officially thrown his hat into the ring. And he's joining us now to talk about his campaign. The man himself, Andrew Giuliani. Welcome back to Newsmax and to Wake Up America.
Tom, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. You know, I'm thinking about Moonstruck over here, and it's good old memories. Nicolas Cage, Cher. I think that's when she won the Academy Award for. I don't remember.
For Moonstruck, I believe.
Moonstruck, right? It was.
So,
it was. She was great in that. So, you know, reminded me of all my Italian aunts and you know, way back when.
Anybody ever slap you and say, you know, snap out of it?
You know, I'm going to keep the discretion. You know?
All right. So, look, New York, people are leaving in droves. They're raising taxes. During Andrew Cuomo's administration, the budget went from $125 billion to $212 billion. And that's just the least of the problems. Yeah. Andrew, why you and why now?
Well, because I believe that New York has to change, and it has to change now. Tom, as you mentioned before, you know, this has happened under Cuomo's administration. Obviously, we've seen it become accentuated over the last 14 months, but this has been a lack of leadership over 10 and a half years. He's done everything that he possibly can from disincentivize businesses, not just from staying in New York or not just building new businesses in New York, but businesses that currently exist to stay in New York. What we're going to do on day one when we get into Albany is we're going to make sure that, one, we cut taxes. We're going to work through the legislature to cut taxes. That's not going to be so easy. Understanding the powers that a governor has, though, we are going to deregulate. We're going to allow businesses, we're going to cut the red tape for them. We're going to allow businesses to make sure that they can succeed instead of actually being layered over by this regulation. I saw that from the White House. And that deregulation, I really think, was the #1 thing that ended up reducing African-American unemployment to the lowest in American history, Asian American, Hispanic American, and guess what? Overall unemployment went down from till before man walked on the moon, 1969.
You know, your father was responsible for the renaissance of New York City in the 1990s, and he did that with bold leadership, broad, you know, big bold strokes, right? But those were also helped by good, solid economic policies, and the governor at that time was also a Republican who made it a priority to cut taxes. So there is a lot of truth to what you're saying, and it works. We saw it with President Trump, and we've certainly seen it here when somebody had the courage to do it.
It's why people are going down to Florida, right? Businesses ultimately have made a decision, and they say, am I getting the value in New York for what I am paying it? And the answer currently just continues to be no and no and no. And that's why you're seeing all of these major job creators moving down there. I have to say to Governor DeSantis, I love Governor DeSantis, but it's going to be a lot tougher for Governor DeSantis under a Governor Giuliani than it has been for a Governor Cuomo.
So, Andrew, obviously, you come from a family of public figures. Your mother was a journalist and an actress. Your father, obviously, a prosecutor, assistant attorney general, and mayor. I know your dad's probably had lots of advice for you, but your mom. Now, that's the thing.
I love that question.
Yeah, because, you know, obviously, the moms, they're the ones who have the real biting questions, you know, ask the biting questions.
They
right?
absolutely are.
What has she said about this, and where do you think that she would want you to focus?
Well, she's been so helpful in my career at Newsmax, just kind of getting up and going, and she was great at giving me advice. You know, I really believe my mother was one of the main reasons why my father won in 1993. He went from becoming a prosecutor to being somebody that can actually deliver his message in an 8-minute segment. Oh, look at that right there. But thankfully, I really hope I got Mom's head of hair. That's the only thing that I really hope. We're looking at this. But really, she's been amazing at saying, look, your message is really good. Just make sure you understand how to deliver it. You understand the timing that you have. And so she's been absolutely amazing, and she has a great political mind herself. She's, you know, look, she's a little bit more center than kind of my father is, and so it's great to have that perspective, because to win in New York, it's not just going to be a Republican or Democrat thing. This is going to be for all New Yorkers.
Andrew, now let's talk about the politics.
Yes.
Obviously, this is a deep, deep blue state that is, you know, more than 2-to-1 Democrat registration. And it's, you know, it's Cuomo and Newsom. It's, you know, they're the two socialists, right? I mean, that's basically where the states are. A lot of the Republicans and conservatives have left New York State. So tell us, how do you win? How do you appeal to to independent voters? How do you appeal to women and suburbanites? Something that frankly, sometimes Republicans have a hard time doing.
So first off, that's why we need to win in 2022, because I'm afraid by 2026, we might not have enough voters left. I do think, looking at the numbers, we do have enough voters left, and we can start bringing in more business owners, more people that might appeal to those messages. But Tom, let's just think about the messaging here, and let's just think if these are going to help people that are red, blue, or all New Yorkers. Let's think about school choice, for example, right? I was very blessed enough that I had parents that had the means to put me into parochial school. If you don't have the means to be able to do that, and you don't like your education choices, you're stuck. Your child is absolutely stuck. Charter schools and increasing that cap in New York State from 460 to over 1,000, which I pledge in my first year I will get done, is going to help actually more traditional voting Democrats in New York than they are Republicans in New York. I look forward to going into those areas and making those decisions.
Right.
It's not going to be the easiest conversations, but the truth is I've grown up in politics. I understand the sharp elbows and how to try to get your message
Well, and your father
right
understood
there.
You have to show up, right?
Absolutely.
So you have to go to Harlem and you have to go to minority communities. You can't be afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody who's not afraid to speak his mind, Donald Trump. You used to work for the former president at the White House.
Yes.
Has he given you any advice as you start this journey?
I actually just spoke to him yesterday. We had a great conversation. He's been very impressed with the rollout, is the best way to put it. We're going to be meeting at some point here again pretty soon. Look, he's got other friends in the race, too. So if I were advising the president, to be perfectly honest, endorse me. No, I'm kidding. Really, if I was still working at the White House, what I would tell him is if you have multiple friends in the race, sit back, watch, see ultimately how they run. And at some point in the winter, maybe next spring, go and make your endorsement. But the truth is, you're going to have at least 3, maybe up to 5 different Republican nominees running around New York State, getting the message out there, pushing the ideals, pushing some of the real successful Trump policies, from economic development to school choice to stopping this war on our police. That's only good for all New Yorkers, the Republican Party in New York, and I think for the country.
Well, we're going to be following along with you and your fellow candidates. It's a big story. Trying to take out Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Giuliani, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. I'm trying to think of a Cher reference, but like simply the best comes into my mind. I know that's not Cher. So.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.